Get your dicks ready, everyone.
Ooh.
Whip it out, ladies. Hi. Welcome to another episode of Big Mood.
It's the mood.
You guys all did that thing and I didn't do it. I feel like an outcast.
Get on our
now.
level.
You guys did it too?
Can we
How
start
many?
Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
Okay. Welcome to another episode of Big Mood. As you guys can see, we're back in our old pajamas.
She threw it.
I threw it away. Sorry.
The spirit
You're
was
too
there.
cool.
It's okay. I still appreciate it. We're all in our pajamas again. And as
Yeah.
you can see, we're very cozy and comfy.
It's like a slumber party.
It's like a slumber potty.
Did we
for
come
us.
up with a name for this?
No, we didn't.
Moods and cues.
There were so many suggestions.
Moody cues.
Oh, that's
I didn't
right.
see any of the
That's
suggestions.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
were like in my DMs. They
What'd
came
they come
through.
up with?
Like one that I remember seeing was big ask mood or something. Big ask.
Big
mood.
ask mood.
Big ask
Yeah.
mood.
Alright.
Big ass
Big ass
mood.
mood.
Yeah, that's a big
Okay.
ask. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
I kind of like that one.
It's very clever.
It's a big
Yeah,
ass
big
mood
ass
in here.
mood.
Yeah. So today's episode, we're going to be answering your questions that we had you guys ask us on Instagram. And we picked out a few really good ones and some really silly ones, and we're going to answer it together here as friends. I'm still trying to figure out if that tequila is still working, so please don't mind me.
Tequila.
We took
tequila.
shots.
I think it's working.
It's still working.
Apparently so.
It's still working. So thank you guys for asking us so many questions. And let's fucking just swing right into it, guys. Fuck it. Okay.
Big mood swinging.
The big mood swinging. Paola would like to ask, how do you give a friend advice when you know that she's wrong?
Ooh, I think that's a good friend. So my
Yeah.
measurement of a good friend to great friend, a good friend is there for you to like comfort you and stuff, but a great friend is someone that's going to tell you the truth even if it hurts.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I'll ever reach great friend potential because for me, I see my friends as like they're 100% correct, and like I don't know, that's so wrong of me because obviously it's not a good friend if like you can't even see the wrong. But like as soon as something is happening or whatever, I always view it from the lens of like that's them, that's how they think, that's correct.
You know what
That's
I've
bad.
seen from you though is when two of your friends are having a little bit of an argument, you can give good insight to how each side is feeling. So like you can kind of guide where you feel the more strongly, you know? I've seen you do that before.
Cool,
And I like
thanks.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, like to actually call you guys out on something wrong, like I wouldn't see it until after, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that was wrong. But in the moment though, I can't see it.
I think it's because you know like your friends' intentions and stuff, you know? So it's
True.
like if Gina says something, like if Gina roasts me about something, I'm like, I know she's not actually insulting me. So if she roasts someone else, I know she's not insulting them, but maybe they didn't know that. And so it's harder for me to call her out on that because I'm like, I'm just seeing it from the perspective of the person I know.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
I have done that thing where like I really need like if I'm going through something, like if it's like a relationship or a disagreement with someone that's a family friend or whatever, I hit you guys up and I do my best to tell both sides of the story unbiasedly as I possibly could, no matter how I'm feeling. And I always ask, am I being crazy? Like if I'm wrong, please let me know
Yeah.
because I really need to know if I'm really wrong here.
True.
And there are times when you guys are like, hey, yeah, you kind of fucked up, dude. And that is what I appreciate so much because I can't have yes men around me all the time.
That's true because you can't create growth. That's
Exactly.
why I kind of feel bad a bit for
I
the
think you've
way
been
I
good to
see
me.
it. No, but like the way I see things, if it's wrong, like for example, Jess, you're so good at like calling shit out, and you're like, wait, that's not right.
I'm just fucking judgy as shit. I'm like always telling people what to do.
But that's so appreciated because like yeah, you can't grow if it is just yes man. So that's why I kind of struggle a little bit where I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to like remove that veil, I guess, that I see in front of like my eyes with friends, because like for me it's like they can do no wrong.
You have a bias.
I do.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
It comes from a place of
That's
loyalty.
natural. Yeah.
Yeah. But I really appreciate it when I ask you guys and you guys really do tell me the truth. And that's how you know it's a good friend. Because, I mean, as a good friend, you don't want to lead your friend down the wrong path.
Right.
You know, like, yeah, you want to be nice to them and tell them that they're right. But that's, in the long run, is not
If it
good
doesn't
for
help
them.
then
Yeah.
it's not good for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad I have you guys.
I think, and so to answer your question, Paola, how to give a friend advice when I know she's wrong, do it lightly. Like, you don't
Don't be like, you're wrong.
Yeah, like consider that your friend is feeling emotions, and so take those into consideration and be like, I know you're feeling blank right now, but maybe you should look at it this way and see if that changes your perspective on anything. Something like that.
Yeah, or consider if you're only acting with emotion, and maybe I can help inject a little bit of logic.
Right.
But also sometimes people just really aren't ready to hear
A solution.
like, so it doesn't matter. Like maybe you just back off and eventually she'll be ready for it. I don't know.
Yeah, if people are just trying to vent, then you can't really like interject with a solution.
Right.
You gotta let them vent first, and then if they're really like, what should I do?
Right.
Then you're like, okay, well, if you want my honest opinion, this is what I think.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the best way to do it is to try to help your friend see it in the other person's shoes. And like, do you get why it feels a little bit weird on this side now, how you might be wrong? So I think that's a gentle way of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next question is from Joe D. Shepherd.
Oh, I see
I
him.
love you.
I see him a lot. Hi,
Yeah.
Joe.
Oh, hi. Hi, Joe.
What's up, fam?
Hi. He's not creepy, right?
No.
Oh, cool. We love you, Joe. Yay!
He hates people though, and that's what I love about him.
Oh, good. What up, Joe? Joe asks, what's it like to date people in different cultural backgrounds? Oh.
Ooh, I've only had one experience in this.
Yeah?
And it was like, for me personally, I don't know if this is wrong, but I actually got turned on even more learning a different culture.
Oh.
Every time like Casey would be speaking Cantonese, I'm like, oh my God, that's a turn on. I don't know why.
I think a lot of
I
people
love
are
that.
like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like I liked that when we would go to Japan and he would speak Japanese, I would be like, wow,
It's like a special
it's like-
skill or
yeah,
talent.
it's like special. Hi.
You said well, it sounded like
Yeah. It's like it makes people special. So yeah, it's not weird to be turned on, I think, by the other
the only
culture
reason why
part
I
of it.
feel weird about it is because some
The
people
fetish thing.
Yeah. It's like
No.
fetishizing.
I mean,
fetishizing.
because you're not like serially dating Chinese
Yeah,
guys. Like you
that's
just
true.
happen to have a husband that's from Chinese background, and
Yeah.
you respect it and you think it's cool, and
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It was hard for me. Well, not hard. I dated one white guy once, and it was like, he was like nice enough, but I kind of, something in me like craved some sort of familiarity. Like, hey, have you ever gotten the shit beaten out of you and kneeled on some raw rice before? Like, oh no. Okay. Well, like it's just something that we can bond over too.
I can relate to that sentiment because I do miss, like, I didn't realize this until like years later, but I'm like, oh my God, I feel like deprived of my own culture because
Right.
I've been so like fascinated with his culture that I ended up kind of losing myself a bit. So,
I
yeah,
feel the
relate.
same way because I've only dated one or two white guys. I mean, unless you want to count like Mexican guys as white guys, because you get really deep
Right.
into that racial talk. But honestly, there's
Not
a culture.
culturally, though.
There's a different
Yeah.
culture, right, with Mexican guys versus white guys. And I've dated mostly Mexican guys and a Japanese guy. But then recently, I've been kind of trying to date white guys again. I mean, before quarantine, I'm kind of fucked now.
I kind of had a French guy for a little
There were
bit.
French,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Well, that
different
was another culture. Yeah.
There were
Let
some
me put my
cultural
baguettes.
differences.
There's a huge cultural difference in that. But yeah, I realized that I'm like, why am I not dating any white guys? And then I did date a couple, and I was like, oh, this does feel a little bit like familiar and comfortable. I haven't been able to make a relationship work with a white guy yet, but I would like to. Just
Yeah.
I don't know. It really doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. I just craved it. Like there are some parts of me like, I call your parents by their first name. That's I don't know.
Some things are just like so different where you're like,
yeah. So I lean more towards Asian, like not even just specifically Vietnamese, but more towards the Asian side.
I think the only time I experienced a little bit of a cultural difference, because I did date a Filipino guy, but that's still like, I'm half Filipino, half white. So I've
Yeah.
dated white guys and I dated a Filipino guy. But then I also dated this German guy who's white technically,
Yeah.
but
well, when
he
we say
came-
white,
his-
I think we mean white American.
yeah, like
Yeah.
culturally, his parents were from Germany, like
Yeah.
from Germany, so they still had like German things, and like they would make German food and have German names for things, and like so I thought it was cute, but he was American though,
Yeah.
so I don't really feel like it went that much into a different
Right.
culture. It was just when we spent time with his parents and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question is from 444X00.
Okay, geez.
This is Elon Musk's second child.
Yeah.
He has like 5 kids.
Wait, does he?
Yeah, he has a ton of kids.
He's been married and
Really?
divorced like 3 times.
Oh,
or
I had
something.
no idea. All
Me
I know
neither.
all I know is Grimes and
Yeah, no.
computer.
I remember
noise.
having a crush on him and then seeing his like marriage and divorce rate like over and over. He keeps getting married and
I think
divorced,
he
and
has,
I'm like, oh,
twins.
never mind.
I think he actually lost a kid. I don't remember. I remember looking into his, anyway.
I had no idea.
He's got a history.
Shout out to
Yes.
Tesla stock. Thanks, baby. I love you.
Yeah, that shit's soaring.
So let's. They want to know. Can you give us some first date best advice? Brush your teeth. Wear some cologne.
Shit.
Relax.
Relax.
Yeah.
I think the main thing about first dates is like not trying to get the other person to like you, but like actually being yourself and see if you like how you feel around
Yes.
them. Because
Yeah.
for me, I think when I first started dating again after 5 fucking years, I was like, oh, I want to make sure he likes me, you know. But that's like totally fucking pointless. Who cares if he likes you? You want to know that
You want
like,
someone that accepts you
yeah,
for you.
want to know if you like him,
Right.
And
Yeah.
opposite for the guy, you want to know that she likes you, not just like trying to put on a face to.
It changes when you're older too, because now you're like, look, I don't got time to wait or
Yeah.
waste. You know.
Also, that person doesn't know what you like, so I don't like when people put on this fake version of what they
Yes.
think you're gonna like because you don't know what I
They've
like.
assumed.
I like weird shit.
It feels
so-
manipulative
Yeah.
to try to like figure out you and like unlock you as a puzzle, and it's like, what the fuck? Like it just feels like a manipulation. So I don't like that.
Just be yourself, but don't divulge too much information. Like, don't get into the weird,
Yeah.
dark shit too early.
Oh, I like that shit.
Really?
Me
Like,
too. Just
that
be
was-
as honest as possible.
What I did on
Oh.
the first date was just like ask the deepest questions just to see if they can handle it. Because if they can't handle it, then I don't know. I don't really think we're gonna have a lot
Sometimes
to talk
the
about.
first date might be a little bit too much. Like
It depends on the guy.
maybe
yeah.
the second or third.
could
Like
Oh,
really
and I've
feel it.
also only dated or went on dates with guys that I was friends with first.
yeah, so you kind of already knew them.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
just to cold like tell someone all of your trauma is usually like that's your first impression of that person is that they're broken, and even if they are too, it's kind of like, oh, that's a lot to deal with.
on the first date.
Yeah, I think if I would ever date again, that's like what I would want is just like pure honesty, because I feel like that's just what I'm gonna give. So it's like, here, can you handle it? Cool. Let me get yours. Can I
Dating
handle
is a
it?
little bit of a
Cool.
game. It really is. And like the longer you're in it, the more you realize it is a little bit of a game.
See, that's something I just can't
yeah.
like wrap my head around, because I've never been in that dating game. But I don't like to. If I would ever be in that situation, I wouldn't want to play the game. It just feels so fake to me, and I wouldn't want to be like fake to someone else or have them be fake to me.
Well, it's
So-
not. I wouldn't call it fake. I think it's like, say you get a new job, right? Like, say all of this shit went away and you had to go get a new job. Like, you wouldn't tell your boss on the first day like everything about you. You would try to make a good impression, and
I
then
could
like
see that.
over time, you would tell your coworkers more and more about yourself over time as you're building friendships. I think it's the same with dating. It's like it's not really being fake. It's just like giving people too much at once is like a lot.
Okay, that is a difference.
Yeah.
Then I'm cool with that.
I don't think it's being fake.
Yeah, but for sure, I just don't agree with the let me figure out what you like and let me
No.
do what you
Yeah,
like,
no,
and
not-
let me
that's
be
not
fake
good.
towards getting you, because
Yeah.
I've gotten
No,
that.
yeah.
Oh, and then
That's
you
not
find out
good.
afterwards they were nothing like the first date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get catfished.
No, as in game.
Yeah.
When I say game, I don't really mean a game. I think just more like you have to understand pacing. And
I get that.
Right.
By the way, I
Pacing.
don't mean telling everyone everything on the first date.
Yeah.
For me, it's like it goes to more of a philosophical questions, and I like to see how they answer them, because
Yeah.
if you can't have a deeper conversation than what's your job like and like
Right, yeah.
I'm bored of you.
No, I get
So
that. Yeah,
I
maybe
just
it doesn't
need,
have
like,
to be so personal,
yeah,
but just like
something philosophical.
I went on a second date with this guy and I said, what should we do with the homeless people? Like, how can we help the home? Like, cause I was just
Yeah,
kind of
like,
like
stuff
trying
like
to figure
that.
out how he could answer, like, how does he think or what's his mental process?
Right.
So maybe if you could think of some questions that will get a better insight into how, cause then you might learn that they're super racist or something like
Right.
immediately you'll find out some shit.
Like a
asking-
question I would ask was, what's your biggest regret and how did you get over it?
Yeah, that's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
They don't have to tell me their biggest regret. They can tell me some other thing, but I just want to
Yeah.
see how they answer the question and like what their sort of personality is like to, get out of something like that or maneuver it, or what their, it goes into philosophy of how you get over things in life,
If they can match you
I
intellectually.
think
Yeah.
as I got older, it really got to the point where, like, the first day I'd be like, all right, so what are you looking for out of this? So then it really
Oh,
just
yeah, that's a
answers
good
all
one.
the questions that you need, like, and you're not
That's
wasting
tough
time.
though.
Oh, no,
because
fuck
people
that.
don't know on the first day sometimes.
Well, no, because, like, no, because there's people that go into a date knowing like I really just want to hook up and not get in a relationship anytime soon. I
But
just
that
kinda
could
wanna
change.
fuck. That could change.
That could change in like 3 weeks. They could be like, oh my
That's
God, this
true.
girl's perfect. I'm going to marry her. But they wouldn't know that on the first date.
Which happens all the time. No, it's always in the first date with me.
If they can answer like that, then I'm not sure yet.
believe in
You know,
you.
like
Yeah.
I'm kind of just like putting some feels out.
Yeah.
And
And I would appreciate it if they were like, I just want to, like, if it's like, I want to see where this goes because, like, I'm open to a relationship. Or if they're just straight up like, I just got out of a relationship. I'm just looking to have some fun. Like, I like that because then it doesn't leave me like, oh, where is this going? And with no, like, expectations.
And like if they think that, oh, now we're exclusive off this first date and you don't see it that way, it's good to know.
Yeah.
So being on the same page is important.
Yeah.
But like more on like a like surface level, I'd say make sure you're asking questions and not just only talking.
I thought you were gonna say, make sure your ass is clean.
That too.
If you're planning on having sex on the first date, you better make sure that ass is clean.
You never know. That too.
It's just like a job interview. The best job interviews I've ever had are
Was
where
when your
I'm
ass is
asking
clean.
questions.
Yes.
So my ass is clean and I'm asking questions
Yeah.
as well as them.
I've noticed that because I think in January I went to get I was gonna go get a job actually in January. I was gonna go get an accounting job before I decided, wait, I'm gonna get my license first. But I went in and I started asking this bitch questions, and then she just like seemed more interested in me because I was asking her all these questions. So I think
everyone is a narcissist on some level. So
Yeah.
everyone wants to feel important. So if you're asking questions, you're making that person feel important.
like making them
And
talk.
like sharing
Also, you
themselves.
get to know, like you get a lot of info when you're not just the only one talking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you need info.
Yeah.
It's true. And it's a two-way street. You have
Yeah.
to like your job and the job has to like you. Same with dating.
And don't drone on. Holy crap, I've had people drone on.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
I will actually make it a game. Like, let's see how long it takes for them to realize that they haven't asked me a single question. I hate that. Other than that, keep your ass clean.
Keep your ass clean.
Wear deodorant. Make sure you smell good. Dress nice. Clean your shoes.
That's all obvious.
Don't
stuff.
be on your
obvious
phone the
stuff.
whole
Just be
entire
your
time.
Just be your cleanest.
Or you know what? Actually, if you're not like that usually, then just fucking be nasty as fuck and see if someone loves you. for that.
No.
You might find another nasty
I
bitch.
could learn to love your BO, but if I meet it on the first date, I'll be like, wow.
It's kind of like girls. How I've heard that there's a lot of girls that they would go on first dates without any makeup and like look.
I do that.
Like really like from. Oh, that's where I heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
I do like minimal makeup. Because it's like, all right, well, this is what you're going to get. And like, it usually works out fine. And then later on, it's just like, all right, here's me really trying. Yeah. Because then it's just, it's instead of just like, just super caked on makeup. And now I'm just like, well, fuck, now I have to keep on trying. You know,
Right.
so
I
I
get
get
that.
the opposite.
that's true.
I never even thought of that before.
Yeah.
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 Start with the what is it? Bar low.
Yeah, set the bar low.
Set the bar low.
Create no expectations and impress everyone when you try. That's how I got through life. Desence says, tips for preparing for a hookup, please. Grooming, looks, vibe, whatever.
Make sure your ass is clean.
Make sure your ass is clean. That's a common thing now.
Well, if you're a girl, you definitely have to shave every inch of your body if you're that type.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shower,
I'm that
shit, and
type.
shave.
I'll shave my legs, I shave my arms, and I shave my vagina.
You shave your actual arm?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't have hairy arms. And my armpits. I fucking shave my entire body, basically.
From like the eyes down.
Like a dolphin.
Yeah, no, I don't
as a
shave my
dolphin.
face. I did try shaving my face once a long time ago, but that was for like a beauty trend that was going around.
Microblading? Oh, no, micro.
No, people were just like, girls were just shaving their face for like
Dermaplaning.
Dermaplaning, yeah.
Yeah.
what else do I do?
Oh, if you
Get
shave.
into the crevices.
Yeah.
'Cause people think they're clean.
Dude, I do that. I'll take a shower and I'll
Take a
get
mirror.
in there. I'll fucking clean that bitch out. I'm like, yeah, clean it out.
What you do is.
It looks like you get off as you're cleaning.
What
No,
you
you
do
gotta
is.
save it, and just in case
Miss
you wanna
the
hook
date because
Or
you're just
unless you're a
you're
guy,
cleaning.
I heard that was the thing that guys do is they jerk off before the first.
Up. Sometimes,
Oh.
but if they're like in their 30s, I feel like then they won't want to hook up after, and it's totally pointless.
No.
Well, maybe
They're
it's
like,
just
I'm
to
too
relieve
tired.
tension. 'cause
Yeah.
If they're that
that
fucking
stress out.
horny, yeah.
What you do is you get a hand mirror, like a nice big hand mirror when when you're shaving, right? And then you squat over the mirror real quick so you can see if you missed any spots, and that's how you make sure that everything's nice.
Because
and smooth.
when I was younger, I would shave the front and I would kind of skip some of the back, and then like later on, I'm kind of like, wait a minute, I think I had like a whole mullet situation going on.
Some patch back there.
I had like a hairy butthole and I didn't know.
Dude, same. And like for some reason, the hair back there was straight.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Weird.
why are you not puby? Like it's like
Weird.
straight hair. And I'm
Silky?
Just kinda
yeah, it's like this. It's like a main.
Weird.
and it
doing its
all
own
faces
thing.
It's like
the
a
butthole.
tail.
Wow.
All like
Yeah.
surrounds the butthole.
I
but
called
it's,
it
like,
ass
lighter.
bangs on.
When people ask for ass bangs, they're like, "Oh hell yeah!" But not with Nikki. No, it means totally something different. It's not banging her ass. She wants to just show you her locks.
Dude, I was thinking about getting bangs. Anyway,
Yeah, right now I'm just gonna say no because
Yeah, no.
I'm just thinking about ass bangs.
Yeah,
Not ass
same.
bangs.
Don't
Not
do
ass
it.
bangs.
Don't do it.
What else? Smell good.
Because you have a small petite face, and it'll make your face
Bangs
look
is
even
too
smaller.
much.
smaller.
Yeah,
That's
don't do bangs.
right.
the reason why I want to get the bang, I mean, this is deriving off of
Yeah.
the topic, but
Maybe
it's because
side bangs.
my hairline keeps getting further and further back, and I'm getting scared.
How about side bangs?
No, it's not. It's been the same.
Yeah, your hair's been
Well,
good.
my hair's thinning out, especially without seeing like going out in the sun. Like the vitamin D is making me like
Just
get
go
thinner
outside.
hair. I don't know, but I'm like, dude, I need to cover this freaking hairline.
No,
it's getting
you
crazy.
don't.
It looks good.
don't.
You got a good hairline, dude.
Yeah.
Really, you're
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah, you
really
don't have
do.
a long forehead at all.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry,
Nothing wrong
I
with your
took away
hairline. Don't
attention
get
from
bangs.
this.
No, you're fine. You're good. Don't worry
I
about
would
it.
say you gotta floss, brush your teeth, brush your tongue.
Brush your tongue.
Yes. Oh yes, brush your tongue. People don't
Especially.
know that they
I don't
need
know
to
why
brush
people
their
don't know
tongue.
that.
Especially after you eat food.
Yeah.
What kind of food would you eat
Well,
before brushing
I
your teeth?
actually have a Daily Harvest subscription, and that is true. I pay for it too. But I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like I need a summer vacation from cooking. Okay, because like it's hot in the kitchen. Sometimes you want to just grab something out of your freezer, pop it in the microwave or your blender or wherever. I also love that they have ice cream options too. It's
Ooh.
it's
Oh,
I didn't know that.
It's like vegan ice cream.
I haven't gotten ice
love,
cream.
love the snack bites. I've
Yeah.
been recently eating the Daily Harvest
the cacao nibs and
that one.
Yeah.
the cacao with the chickpea.
yeah, it's almost like cookie dough bites.
It's so good.
Yeah,
I love it so
it's
much.
great. I actually really enjoy almost everything I've tried there. So right now, Daily Harvest is helping me beat the heat with their refreshing smoothies and delicious scoops. The scoops is what it's called. The ice cream is called scoops. Their new plant-based ice cream. I did all of the flavors, but I especially like the black sesame. It's like salted caramel black sesame or something like that. Salted.
OMG.
Yeah.
That sounds
It's
amazing.
really good. Eating clean food with Daily Harvest is easy and effortless. Whether you're having a night at home or need a quick bite on the go, everything stays fresh in your freezer until you're ready to enjoy it. Keep it simple this summer with Daily Harvest. Go to dailyharvest.com and enter promo code BIGMOOD to get $25 off your first box. That's promo code BIGMOOD for $25 off your first box. Dailyharvest.com. Dailyharvest.com. Promo code BIGMOOD.
Yeah.
Wow. And then there's nothing to tie it to this next ad.
What you gonna
but,
wear to the date? You need clothes for the date.
Yes, you do need clothes for your day. Wouldn't you love if every clothing store you shopped at already knew what you wanted to
Yes.
buy?
Yes.
It would save so much time. And I have shopping anxiety. I don't know if that's even a
Same.
thing, but it just drives me nuts because I just get frustrated constantly. But Stitch Fix is a company that will help you. They're focused on making your styling goals happen. Get help from someone who gets what you're going for without ever leaving home. With a Stitch Fix styling expert. To get started, you set up your profile. They'll deliver great looks personalized just for you in your color, style, and budget. You pay a $20 styling fee for each fix, but it'll be credited towards anything you keep. You can schedule at any time, and there's no subscription required. Plus, shipping, returns, and exchanges are easy and free. Get started today at stitchfix.com/mood and you'll get 25% off when you keep everything in your box. That's stitchfix.com/mood for 25% off when you keep everything in your, they call it a fix. Stitchfix.com/mood.
Mood.
I wore a whole outfit of Stitch Fix today.
You got your fix.
Yeah, I'm not wearing it now. I took it off before I put on these PJs.
I just want to fire off a few advice for hookup nights. Girls, wear a cotton thong because it silences your farts. I'm telling you right
What
now.
the fuck?
It can't
you
be.
get a lot of farts?
It doesn't
Well,
make a
you-
difference for me.
You never know because you might sleep over and you don't know what you had for dinner that night. Assuming he took you to dinner because you deserve it. No, it has to be a nice thick fabric thong, not just like a string, okay? Because that doesn't cover enough
Gina
butthole.
farts on dates.
Yeah.
Gina farts on dates.
Or you can just go in the bathroom and like fart.
No, because like he might be sleeping next to you, or like you can't control your farts when you're sleeping.
Or you just whiten
All
your
you do is
butthole. whiten
stretch your
butthole a
butt
little bit.
cheeks.
But you're
out.
not awake. I'm talking about like when you're sleeping, you accidentally fart in your sleep.
Well, he can't judge you for that.
He'll
Everyone
be
knows the
asleep,
rules.
too. You gotta fuck him so good he'll be passed
True.
out.
Yeah.
You'll not
That's
hear
true.
your fart.
Yeah.
But it has to be like a thick thong, like a thong, not a G-string, because strings, because
We're
strings
old.
don't cover the whole starfish. It has to
When
be.
was the last time you wore a G-string?
That's what I'm saying. I don't anymore. Caught me
I
all the
haven't
way.
since
What
my early
decade are you
20s.
in?
Yeah. Because it acts like a silencer. It gives a nice space between your cheeks. That there's no, like, or like the girl said, you spread the butthole, and it, Also, if you have to poop, if they have the fan, turn on the fan. Also, lay down some toilet paper in the bowl first, in the water first, before you poop, so it doesn't make that splashing sound. And it
Oh,
doesn't
I've
splash
never
up at your
heard that.
butt. You're welcome.
Oh, I like try to slide it in the water.
See, just put some toilet paper.
I try
in there.
my best to take a shit before I go on a
Yeah.
date or hook up.
But sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Like put on the water, the faucet.
That
That's a
too.
waste of water. Are we still in a drought?
No,
I don't know.
we're
It's
not
a
in a
waste
drought.
of water.
Okay, how often are you gonna maybe poop?
Tiff's worried about those 30 seconds of water.
Yeah, don't waste water.
It
people.
adds up. There's a million people in
Okay,
this city.
I do a thing.
Just take one less shower
What's
that
your
week.
thing?
Then.
Ew. Okay, I do a thing, and you guys are all gonna judge me for it, and I'm prepared for that.
Okay, well, you
So-
just judged her for fucking putting her water on while she takes a shit, so we're gonna give it to you.
This is a judging safe space.
Okay.
Okay, so what I do to silence the poops, right? So I get paper. I cover my hand in paper, and then I kind of guide the poop out.
What? You catch your poop?
Yes, I catch my poop. I'm a
Wow.
poop catcher. And then
Wow.
No. No.
I don't touch it with my actual hand.
Can we make that the thumbnail and like the title of this video? Because that is
I'm judging hard now.
Hey, I'm accepting your judgments. It's okay.
You could be a water waster or a poop grabber. Take your pick.
Be a
Pick
poop
your
grabber.
poison.
If that's the
better
case, then
for
fuck
the-
Mother Nature. I'm wasting water.
Holy! I'm trying to process this, but I'm feeling kind of empty inside, and I'm not really sure how I should feel.
Wait till you're full
should
later
feel that-
and try guiding
Yeah.
it out.
Try guiding it out.
Damn, the shit that we go through to
But what
not
if
get
it's-
embarrassed.
What
Holy
if it's
hell.
like? What if it's like not solid?
Oh.
Like, what if you kind of have
need to eat
diarrhea
more
because you drank
fiber.
too much? Like, like you ever get like tequila shits and you like drink too much
Then
and your
just do
shits-
Gina's trick.
Spread your butt, and then when it comes out, it's quiet. Yeah, I'm ready.
I think
I'm
I'll-
ready to cut the episode right now.
If it's like that, it just
Yeah,
sounds
that's
like
too much.
It sounds like pee anyway.
That's true. I will probably turn the shower on because I feel like a shower has like less gallons per minute and
Oh
it's
my
louder.
God.
We really care about Mother Nature in this bitch, huh? I'm just trying to get laid.
He's like, "Did you take a shower?" I'm like,
You're all dry.
I don't
No, I
take very
didn't
many
take a shower.
showers during the week, so I feel pretty confident about
usually
my
I take a shit in the morning when I drink my coffee, so I don't really have these shit problems at
same.
night.
I take a shit once a day.
Just drink a lot of coffee in the morning, take your shits in the morning, and don't take a shit during a date.
Half this episode is about shit.
Just excuse yourself and go home. It's not gonna get any better.
Yeah, don't have sex.
Don't have sex after you take a shit because then you got shit in
Gina's
your
still
ass.
traumatized.
Burn your butt.
Hey, judge me all you want.
I appreciate the effort. It's
For a hookup. Okay, how about for guys? Manscaping. We are not
Yeah,
sponsored,
definitely.
but literally Manscaping.
I prefer manscaping for sure.
I like that. A trim. It doesn't have to be smooth, just a trim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want it to tickle my nose when I'm
Also,
down there.
I don't like when guys, if they have really thick facial hair or really thick body hair, I don't like when they shave the day of the date because then it's like that 5
Make
o'clock.
eye contact with
What's
me, Gina.
happening?
She can't look at Tiff anymore.
Go ahead.
But I'm talking about the, you know, when guys have really thick facial hair and they shave like that same day, but then it's been like 2 hours, so it's starting to come out, and it's like it's like super rough. Like I'd rather a guy like let his facial hair grow out for like a couple weeks where it's soft again, or even his chest hair where it's soft again when it
Ouchie.
grows out.
Sometimes it grows in patchy for them, and that's why they don't want to have it.
But if it's that thick though, to where it's gonna hurt me when it's shaved, it's
Right.
not that patchy kind.
That's true. That's true.
Even if you did shower before the date, if you guys are hooking up later on, go in the bathroom and wash your dick a little bit, because you might
if
have
it's
gotten
been
sweaty.
5 hours
Yeah, a few
since
hours.
you met her or showered,
yeah.
then it wouldn't.
Then
You
it'll
wouldn't
be
hurt.
salty dick.
Yeah.
Also,
like
I
that.
don't give blowjobs to people that aren't my boyfriend, so I wouldn't be doing this on a first date. But if you
Or just a hookup,
are
like
expecting
friends with
a
benefits.
blowjob, If you don't wash your dick, sometimes there's like little pubic hairs that stick to it, and then like the girl's like, and then it gets stuck in your teeth, and then you're just like, hey.
I learned something from my friend.
What?
You know how like you ever like or you guys ever go down on each other and there's like maybe like something stuck in your tongue, like a hair or something.
Yeah.
Instead of making it awkward and like what you do is you just start licking their thighs until it comes off.
But then they have
there's
leg
hairy
hair.
thighs.
Hair.
Yeah, but then like
And then another one will come off. And then I have like 5 leg hairs.
You're like a leg roller.
I've never really
It's
dealt.
like licking a cat.
I was like, can you get back to the dick, please?
I've never
Why are
dealt
you
with
licking
hairy.
my thighs?
Or just make out.
Pass it on to him. I've never dealt with hairy guys. Okay, maybe the other way.
And my luck, it'll go further down my fucking back. And then it's like in my throat, and I'm like,
Well, to be fair, this advice was from a guy, so the girl he's licking is not as hairy on the thighs.
Stupid.
So he would just lick her thighs like, oh
That don't
yeah,
work.
so
That don't
hot,
work.
and then he'll lick it until the hair comes off. So
I don't
there's
like drool
that.
on my thighs.
so I guess she has hair. I'm like bald like a baby. So I don't-
Same.
Yeah. Laser.
All right, that's wow. We went on that for a while. I liked it. There are things that
There
I
was a lot that happened.
did not want to know. I have questions that I don't want answers
Hey,
to.
I don't give a shit.
Well, you
Eh.
do.
You catch
actually.
it. You literally
Shit.
can
I
catch
catch
it.
shits, okay?
And you can literally give it to them if you wanted to. Shit. Oh wow. Jasmine.
Now everyone's gonna think every single time I take a
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It's not,
You're
guys.
catching it every
That's when
single
you
time.
don't want to be embarrassed.
Wait, so it's like the drop that you're trying to avoid.
Exactly. It's
Oh.
a drop.
I feel like the drop, like people don't really hear the drop from the other room as much as they hear like farts that come out.
Yeah. Jeez, you gotta spread them, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever caught one that just surprised you? Like, oh, that's a hefty one. I'm sorry. Like, I just.
This whole
You can ask me.
Or if there's like little pellets.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Doesn't it soak through the paper a little?
No, it doesn't.
If it's a wet one, if it's.
I'm answering them all. What else? What else?
Like, how long do you hold it before you drop?
I don't. I said I guide it.
Oh, she gently
Like,
places
I'm
it down.
guiding it.
Okay, so she doesn't catch and then drop. Catch
No.
and release.
What
There's
if it gets stuck?
catch
You
and
have to
release.
hold it
No.
for a while until the rest of it comes out.
Have you ever accidentally missed the paper and it hit the hand?
Oh no. No.
So you
no,
put
no.
like a lot of paper on there.
No, I don't like to waste
that's
a
a
lot
waste.
of paper.
Well, I'm glad I was testing you to see if you were consistent with your Mother Nature
No,
love.
yeah,
and you are
see?
consistent.
If anything,
consistent.
here at Big Mood, we are very, very eco-friendly.
Oh man,
At least I am.
too much.
Woo!
Right here.
All right. I cannot wait to move to the next answer question. All right. Jasmine Zoo says, if you could switch lives with someone in the group, who would it be?
shit.
Ooh.
I don't think I would.
Like, I don't know. Maybe Jess.
I was saying Jess too.
Because I'm the single one.
Yeah.
And you guys want to be whores.
You're single and you're
secretly want to be whore. Nikki doesn't. She's like, I have a happy marriage.
I'm good. I'm actually good.
She's happy.
Yeah.
I maybe Jess because she's single and she's running around and doing whatever the fuck she wants. She has a cute apartment, 2 dogs. Doesn't
You
give
could
a
have
fuck.
all the same shit though.
Yeah, but I want it already readily done. So if I can just
All you
switch
gotta
with
do
really
is
quick.
get rid of a couple things and switch a couple things around. You could have it tomorrow.
Sure, I
Gina.
wish
That's
that I
work.
had
That's
the
work.
part of Jess's brain that wants to clean.
Oh my god, yeah.
Right? Like I like my place
Tiff
in my
already
life,
has that.
but like it's
Yeah.
very not clean, and like I don't have motivation to clean.
Yeah. Jess is very, very
Yeah.
tidy, and I love
I wish
that.
I had
I'm
that.
obsessive. Like I'll see one spot and then like 3 feet more, there's another spot, and then another, and then I'll waste like 6 hours.
I don't have that. I wish I did.
I can tap into that mentality. I don't have it all the time.
I don't
Okay.
have to, but I do it enough to where it's always.
Or how about traits from each other that we wish that we had?
I wish I
Yeah.
had Gina's gaming life. That's tight.
Aw,
I mean, that's
that's
pretty
pretty cool.
cool.
Thanks.
Like I have never been able to figure out how to stream things. So
I can help you
I
guys
want
with
Nikki's
that.
creativity.
Aw,
You're so
yeah.
freaking creative. Like
Yeah.
it blows my mind. Like I'm always so like in awe from your creativity.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm like, dude. And then I want Gina's shit talking skills. Like really like roasting people. That's fucking good.
It's
You're really
years
good
of
too,
it's
but
years of childhood trauma.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's
I
just
agree.
funny.
All of those,
Yeah.
and I want your tits, and I want all.
Yeah,
those.
Oh, you
True.
want to?
I don't have fucking $10,000 though.
I also kind of wish I had a kid that was like
Oh.
a fully grown kid.
Yeah, because I
It
don't
is
want a
kinda cool.
baby. Like
Yeah.
if you could deliver me a 12-year-old, I'd probably deal with it. I don't
Yeah.
want a fucking baby though.
Oh, but you have to go through the struggles of
I
getting
know,
that.
but I don't
12-year-old.
want to.
I just want to like a kid that's my friend already.
I know it's so fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You
I
gotta
would
be my
I would
best friend.
zero in on you right now as a mom, but not.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking do the whole shit.
I wish I had the decorating skills of Jess and Tiff.
Tiff's
Tiff.
really good.
Damn, yeah, and you're so
Damn,
young.
Gina.
Oh, shit.
I hear you.
I
hear
like
you.
your
Okay.
decorating, but I
Noted.
can't see it over the mess.
Noted.
But I appreciate the mess.
My bedroom's always clean.
Yeah,
just
oh,
the
you know
rest
what?
of
Your
the
bedroom's
house.
nice.
bedroom.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
bedroom's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like your
yeah.
bedroom, and the patio is fucking dope.
I
like
your
that. I
office.
love
I
that
like.
patio
I like
too.
your office too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I like
Fished
all the
it
little,
out
all the,
yeah.
all the little areas that you did actually
good.
complete are actually really great.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think
just
that's what it
because-
is
It's
that-
just because of recently,
Yeah.
she's done everything, so it
Yeah.
like stands
At
out
once.
because the whole thing is fucking decorated. Whereas like you have
Yeah.
your corners that you.
It's also like a fucking mess right now because I was gonna redecorate the bathroom and then I
There's, like,
stopped, and
boxes.
so there's just boxes
Yeah.
everywhere in my place.
Like, it's fascinating to me. Like, I remember I went over to Nikki's house. She's like, "Oh, and this is like a towel rack that I'm gonna install." I'm like, "Yourself? You did this?
yeah.
Wow."
chandeliers.
Dude, I know she did a
Yeah, I did the
chandelier.
electricity on the chandeliers
That's
too.
tight.
I tried to unscrew a light bulb once and I broke it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the screw got stuck in the
Well,
bulb.
you're very aggressive when you approach things. You're just like, oh shit,
Shattered in my hand.
right.
You're really
Oh,
thin.
no.
glass.
Didn't work.
How'd you get out the screw?
I had to go online and
An apple.
and then I learned that you're supposed to stick an apple or carrot to get it out. And what I
Oh.
actually ended up doing was just throwing the whole lot out and buying a new one.
Oh
So there's
gosh.
that. Yeah. And then from Nikki, I would like more. I wish I can be more. For me, when someone does something wrong to me, I'm like, I'm gonna kill that person. That's just how it is now. Where you're gonna die. But Nikki's like, well, how about this? Like, how about be kinder and try to understand what's going on and like. Don't
Empathetic.
act like that. Here, let's just do this the right way. Don't cut someone's head off. I wish I can do that. But Nikki's like, she's the one who brings us back. Like, guys, like we have to,
We can't murder.
Yeah.
Stop.
Put the knife
okay,
down.
Mom.
Because she's like,
Give it to me, Jessica.
But then I
And
come
I-
in and I'm like, Nikki, they're just venting. It's okay.
yeah, right? And then
She's like, let them
Tiff's-
vent so they don't actually murder someone.
Tiff never says no. She's like, yes, okay, well, yeah, maybe you guys can murder them.
And then she's like, there was a veil over my eyes. And then later I realized
that
murder is wrong.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that. So I wish I had that from Nikki.
I mean, there's deep.
Yeah,
you're really
I like-
fucking nice. Like, there's deeper shit that I like. There's just your gaming.
I'm a lot nicer.
And Nikki's like, God damn it, you went to real shit.
Get a redo.
All right.
I like your tits.
Yeah, right.
That's about it.
It's all surface here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not as mean as I usually am on the internet. I'm actually super.
You're so
Yeah.
sweet.
The sweetest.
I just don't like
I love
showing it.
your I don't know if I'll call it a habit or whatever, but like the way that you just touch.
Yeah.
I love your
You're
touch.
affectionate.
I am
That's what it is.
affectionate.
You're also like, you're really thoughtful. Like, you'll just send random gifts and stuff. Like,
Tell him the gift I got you. Tell him.
I love
she literally she's like, "What's your address?" And I'm like, I don't know where this is going,
Yeah.
but I'm
It
in.
can go either way, like something really sweet, or I'm sending a mariachi band at 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
You never know.
Nice.
I'm like, whatever
Oh, yeah,
it is,
like,
I'm
I
gonna
love
vlog
that.
it.
Serenade to me.
So I give her my address, and about a week later, I get a surprise gift in the mail. And it was when we were at the height of our Animal Crossing fucking addiction. And I open it up, and it's some coasters. And if you play Animal Crossing, you understand this joke, but the coaster says, "You a broke bitch."
Timmy and
What,
Tommy.
Tim-
From
Yeah.
Timmy and Tommy, yeah, and so the first one says "You're a broke bitch," and
What's
then
up, you broke bitch?
and this second one says "bitch," because they finished cute. The one just only says the last word of the and then also you go broke in that game.
I saw that. I was like, Nikki needs to have this right now.
It's the best. It's my coasters
it.
on my desk.
I think
so
it's what
cute.
I do is it's very tough love. Yeah, is what I do. But like you guys know, whenever I'm with friends or like when I have close friends, I'm very, very
Like
or die.
invested.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
invested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, enough about how great I am. Let's see. We already talked about this question before, so I'm going to skip it, but I do just want to point out the name was hilarious. For those of you who watch the show this person's username was Joe Goldberg's hat. God bless. I love you.
Oh yeah.
It's perfect.
I like that show.
The next question is from Namra. Namra would like to know, how do you date with high standards? Like, how do I decide when to compromise or not? Nikki, I feel like you're good at this.
Yeah,
Me
well,
too.
that's from a bunch of like just settling, like
Yeah.
after a while you're like, you know what? Maybe I don't have to settle anymore.
Yeah.
And so you just like, you really have to map out beforehand, what am I not willing to put up with for the rest of my life? Because if your end goal is to get married or be with that partner forever or a long period of time, like what are some things that you just can't fucking stand or you don't want to stand for or you don't want to keep forgiving someone for? And you set those boundaries, and if they put up any flags, like some red flags, and you know to cut it off immediately before you get too many feels.
Because if you ask yourself that question and the first thing that pops up is like someone who doesn't put the toilet seat down, for lack of better example, and since that's like the first thing that popped into your head and you're like, I cannot do this, now you know that if someone were to do that, it's like, all right, even if you're nice about it now, it's going to eat away at you later on.
And if you let them know too, like this is not
I feel like there's a
something.
difference between like actions or like like
values,
bad habits, and then like like whole personalities.
Yeah.
So like for me, I was struggling when I was dating because I met a guy that I really liked, but I saw him doing drugs, and I was like, okay, I kind of observed a little bit longer because I was like, is this just like an action or is this like a personality? And so as time went on, I started seeing more and more, okay, this is a personality. This is like ingrained. This is who he is. He loves to do drugs, right? And I'm like, fuck, because if it was just a one-off thing or like a recreational thing, it's kind of like he has all of these things that I like about him, but then there's this thing that's actually a personality trait
Like a deal
that's
breaker
really
for you.
it's like, but if it was just like, oh, he's not good at putting something back in the kitchen the way I like it, I feel like those aren't really things that you should really be fighting about or worried about. It's like you just kind of like, that's when to compromise. It's like, okay, he's never going to be good at putting the toilet seat down. Let it go.
Well, that's
Like-
why I said lack for better example.
Yeah.
But like it's something bigger than
Yeah,
that,
you just
for
have
sure.
to discern like what for you is just a little habit or something that's ingrained in their personality that's really just doesn't match your
yeah,
values.
because I think that the main thing is most people don't even think about it beforehand. They just start dating, and then they catch feels for somebody, and then they realize later that like, oh, I actually don't like this.
and then they
thing.
try to change that thing.
Yeah.
But that never fucking works. It just creates friction for a long time until you inevitably fucking hate that person.
One of my big deal breakers is I will not deal with people who get drunk often and are bad drunks, because I grew up in a family of, there's a couple of people in my family that were just fucking alcoholics, and I had to deal with their bullshit when they're drunk and how like angry and shit that they are. So growing up, like that's my deal breaker. Like if you're a bad drunk, I remember I was dating this guy, and like it went well for a few dates, and then on like our fourth or fifth date, he got so drunk and like belligerent. I was like, oh no, that I'm not with that at all, and I cut it off. Like that's.
But sometimes, like maybe if you bring it up, like, hey, is this, like, are you, this is like the thing of yours, or like,
Well, for me, it's so deeply ingrained in me that when I see that, I'm just turned off.
just
Like,
immediately.
no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, because it could just be like a one-off, like it just kind of got out of control. I don't drink like this often, but for you, it's like nope.
Yeah, because
like
of
even
my
if
history.
you can get there, like you don't even want someone that can even get there.
It's like my history. Like once I see
Yeah.
it, I can't turn it back on.
It's too much of a trigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too much of a trigger for me that I can't deal with it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely get that. And having to cut things off with someone that you like actually really like when there's deal breakers like that, or you're like, oh, then you start to question yourself. You're like, oh, well, should I compromise on this value of mine? But at the end of the day, it's like, no, there are other people out there, and you will meet the one that has all of the things you do like and very little things that you don't like, and it'll be so much better. It's tough, man. Like going through that. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
What have been you guys' deal breakers?
Well,
What would be?
cheating for sure.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
obvious.
But
yeah.
that's an obvious one. But I think as far as like the first signs goes, like if they're bad communicators, I just won't. I can't. I refuse
Yeah,
to deal with it
that's
anymore.
really hard,
like it used
too.
to be really forgivable. Like, oh, he hasn't texted me back, and then I forgive them. But then it happens over and over and over again, and it hurts my feelings every time. And like I tell them that, and then they don't do it, and then I'm just sick of it. So yeah, if
you're
you don't,
going to be left feeling empty a lot.
yeah, if you don't text me or you can't communicate to me that you're busy or whatever, like then I just need that communication, and it doesn't make me feel safe if it's not there.
Yeah, I think you guys taught me actually, because I was having trouble with like, hey, like he said he was gonna do this, but he didn't, and am I crazy for feeling this way? And you guys told me like, well, no, because something was promised to you and it didn't work out, and that can lead to that being a habit. you know? So
when you allow broken promises to
Exactly,
happen,
yeah.
it's just a gateway to a lot of things.
Exactly. I never really took into consideration all this, like when I was dating before, but if I would ever go into the dating world again, oh man, there's a lot of things that I'm like, okay, well, now I can see the signs for that, and I know for sure I don't ever want to get into that or whatever it is. So I think it's with experience too. Like if
when
you
you're
yourself
younger.
don't know what a deal breaker is, I mean, it really just does take experience and for you to actually get to know yourself and see like, oh, okay, I've experienced that. I know I never want that again. That's now a deal breaker.
Yeah, like wasting time for years and knowing that people really don't change. Then you're like, okay, well, I don't have to do it again later.
Something that's not a deal breaker for me is a guy that doesn't know how to cook.
I love guys that cook, and HelloFresh makes it so easy. HelloFresh offers so many recipes to choose from each week to help you break out of your recipe rut, and offers fresh, high-quality ingredients every week for a super flavorful experience. And it's so easy to cook. So if you want to impress somebody on a date, I mean, half the battle is getting them to your house, right? And here you can promise them with some food. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and grocery store trips, so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes or even 20 minutes if you're really good with their quick recipe options. HelloFresh is
It's also really romantic when someone cooks for you.
It is.
Yeah, even if it's bad food, it's like, oh, it's really sweet. You put a lot of effort into this. But HelloFresh is not bad. I'll tell you that right now.
It's bomb.
HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients means there's less prep for you and less food waste. It's actually everything is pre-measured for you, so they really cannot mess this
I
up.
love that.
HelloFresh donated over 2.5 million meals to charity in 2019, and this year is stepping up their food donations amid the coronavirus crisis. Personally, my favorite one, and I've been saying this for months now, is the cherry reduction pork chop. Oh my God, that's so good. And then like I get to post pictures because there's a picture of it and how it's supposed to look, so you know what you're doing. And then I post pictures of it pretending that I actually know how to cook, and people are like, oh my God, Gina, you're so wifey material. Now you can try out America's #1 meal kit. Go to HelloFresh.com/BigMood80 and use the code BigMood80 to get a total of $80 off, including free shipping on your first box. Additional restrictions apply. Please visit HelloFresh.com for more details. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/BigMood80 and use code BigMood80 to get a total of $80 off, including free shipping on your first box. Additional restrictions do apply. Please visit HelloFresh.com for details.
And yes, HelloFresh is delicious. But if you're not really filling up for whipping up some food, you can always hit up DoorDash. So DoorDash is the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. Ordering is super easy. You just open the DoorDash app, you choose what you want to eat, and your food will be left safely outside your door with the new contactless delivery drop-off setting, which is my ultimate favorite, and I hope it never goes back to the old way because I really love having no contact. It's my favorite.
Same.
But it's also my favorite getting food just directly to my door. I love that. So you can support your local go-tos, or you can choose from your favorite national restaurants like Chipotle, Wendy's. What? Chipotle?
You said it like me! Yay! Wendy's! Cheesecake Factories!
That just came out. That was hilarious.
It's cute.
Yeah, exactly. Chipotle. What?
Chipotle. Wendy's.
Chipotle.
Cheese Factories.
Chipotle, Wendy's, and a Cheesecake Factory. So many of your local favorite restaurants are still open for delivery because, you know, now with the pandemic happening, you can't really just dine in or anything. So just open the DoorDash app, select your favorite local restaurant, and your food will be left to your door. Okay, so right now, our listeners can get $5 off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code Big Mood. That's $5 off and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code Big Mood. Don't forget, that's code Big Mood for $5 off your first order with DoorDash.
Yay.
Yeah.
Next question is from Jeffer611 saying, what do you guys wish men knew about women?
There's a lot. Just kidding.
Where do we start?
Yeah, right?
There's just so
I'm like
many
depressed by the thought of answering this question.
I think women are all so different too. So when
Yeah,
everyone's like, what do I
complex.
need to understand about women? It's like, well, I mean, I'm sure men are like this too.
Yeah.
Right? But so case by case. Like if I tell you everything that I want you to understand about me, it's completely different than Gina or Tiff or anybody.
Exactly.
I think one thing is, for me at least, I tend to kind of overthink things. And my mom has always had to tell me, like, you need to chill because I'm like, why isn't he talking to me? Why isn't he? But he's actually just sitting there like, that's a nice bird in the sky. I wonder where that bird's going, you know? So it's like, I tend to kind of overcomplicate things a lot, or I get so into my brain, like,
Take it personally.
yeah. Like, do you still like me? Like, if you don't talk to me for 2 hours, like, do you still like me? You know, and I need that comfort and reassurance sometimes. It doesn't happen often. I feel like it's just random sometimes, and it just doesn't make sense in my head. Like, I've gone to you guys about this.
Yeah.
And they're like, Gina, are you fucking stupid? You know, like,
I get that way hormonally too.
Yeah.
Certain times of the month, I'm like, I really need you to validate that you love me.
Exactly.
And
like
other times, I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah. Like, we can be at the altar and I'll be like, do you still love me? Like, you know, like, it just doesn't make sense sometimes. I can't make sense of it in my head.
That's actually something that I have so many moments when I stop and I think, and I'm like, fuck, what would I want him to do right now to make me happier? And I'm like, fuck, I really don't know. God damn it, I'm so complicated. Man, why am I so complicated? Like, I try to figure out a solution, and
there's a lot of emotions that, I mean, it's not logical. I think that's the thing too. Some guys figure it out. Like, say my dad, he's figured it out. If I'm being emotional or this or that, he kind of just takes it in one ear and out the other, and he doesn't let it affect him, and he doesn't really react to it. So sometimes I'm like, why can't boyfriends do that? Like, if I'm just being too emotional or something, or if I'm not being logical, it's
that's
like,
actually something
just
I can
don't
agree
let
with.
it bother you so much. Like, just understand that women are highly emotional creatures. Just do the bare minimum.
But don't be patronizing with it.
No, not
either.
patronizing, but just like, don't like figure out a way to like understand that we're just wired that way, and then like not let it affect you.
Yeah, I think that's like another. It goes back to the like, how do you set a standard? You know, and I think that's one of them, is that guys that understand that part is like, that's so important to me. And
they get along with women easier too, because they don't let women's emotions affect them, I feel
yeah,
like.
or like, I've had guys think that you're not being logical if you're having emotions. Like, you can do both. Like, I can be emotional about something and like logically understand that I shouldn't be emotional about it. And it's not fair to like count that against intelligence.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that we're not intelligent when we're being emotional. I think, it's a tough line. It's like, because I just know a lot of times where I'm like feeling a certain way, and then they take it, and then also they'll hold on to it, and I'm like, well, I was just being emotional. Like, but logically I understand the situation is this way, but then they're just like, they're holding on to that emotion, because I guess
it's important to be empathetic towards the emotions. And that's what you mean, I think, is by like, not letting it fully affect.
I'm taking it personally.
Yeah, exactly. But also understanding like, okay, you have emotions. That's fine. You don't have to like completely just sweep it under the rug, and it's like, that doesn't matter. Like, we can just ignore it. That's not the case either. There has to be like a fine line between like understanding and I think a level of like validation too. Like, when you're feeling emotional, you really need that validation. That's what I mean by being empathetic.
Right. Like validating our emotions, but without like, it's almost like feathers, like water, kind of like just.
Yeah.
You know,
you don't have to logically understand emotions. Emotions are not logical. Like, it doesn't cancel out your logic part of your brain. It's just the emotion itself is not logical.
Yeah. Some guys think it's the end of the world too. Like, it's never going to go away. But we experience like 50 emotions like within the same 24 hours.
Some guys try to talk you out of it. Like, well, you shouldn't feel sad because blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know that. I just feel. Like, I know.
It'll come and it'll go.
I actually had to deal with something like that. So this stems back from when I was like a kid, right? My grandparents were fucking insane. So every morning they'd wake me up by screaming.
Oh my god.
Which is fucking awful. Like, wake
what?
up now, clean the house. Like, that's
Whoa.
a fucking terrible way to wake up every day.
Yeah.
It's extremely traumatic. So keep that trauma in mind already. And then there's one morning where he woke up before me and he was just playing with my gun, because I leave my gun unloaded.
A guy you're dating?
Yeah, the guy I was dating, sorry. And he cocked it and then pulled the trigger.
What?
It's not loaded. It's not loaded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just said you keep it loaded. So
unloaded. I keep it unloaded.
So there's no magazine.
No.
Okay.
And it snaps back really loud. It scared the hell out of me, and I woke up.
Yeah.
And then like, it doesn't happen often. I'm not saying that every loud noise will freak me out, but for some reason this one really freaked me out. And I like went into like a panic. Like,
Oh, wow.
You can't do that. You cannot do that. I'm sorry, but this is where it comes from. And it's I knew that this doesn't make sense. Why am I reacting this way? But I couldn't stop it.
You can't help it.
You can't help it. And then I told him, like, this is why I feel this way. Please, like, I'm so sorry. Like, can you please just hug me? I feel. And then he took it as, why are you attacking me for something I didn't do? I didn't even know. And he got angry.
What?
Yeah, instead of comforting me.
No.
And I'm like,
Some guys are just dumb.
they just don't understand.
Yeah.
Dude,
He thought that I did, like, he thought, like, why are you attacking me? I didn't do anything wrong. Why? I just woke you up? Like, what? This doesn't make sense. Like, you just woke up shocked. Why are you freaking out? And I tried to explain to him, like, this is a trauma.
Oh, no.
I cannot control this. And, like, so he was mad that I was upset, you know, and he couldn't understand it because he's never been through anything like that.
Yeah.
So when I get really worked up, I have like an emergency pack of cigarettes. I was going outside. I was going to go outside to smoke, but then I realized, no, I need to nip this in the bud. I need to talk to him about it so he understands. So I went back into the room and I said, I know that we're having kind of a spat right now. We're both tired. We just woke up, but I really need your help right now. I need you to calm me down because I'm freaking out. And then that's when he heard me say, I need your help.
Yeah.
That's when he was just like, oh, okay, what do I do? You know, because some guys get defensive immediately.
Right.
I'm not attacking you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain. So that's when he was just like, okay, come here. It's okay. So I wish that people, like some guys, I guess, I'm not going to say, not all men, but we're not attacking you.
Yes.
We just can't really,
Right.
you know, control what's going on. And we're trying to tell you, like, please don't do this. I'm not attacking you, but this is why I feel this way.
Yeah. I hate when I'm trying to explain something too, but the emotions are taking over
Yeah.
and then it's still coming off like they are still taking it personally just because the emotions are there. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to explain something to you. And there's all these emotions here.
And it got like kind of mean because he's like, so you're mad because I woke you up? It's just like, dude,
Oof,
no, that's not how that works. Like, and you would have to, sometimes with men, you have to explain to them, like, they're 5 years old, you know?
Yeah.
Like, when they haven't experienced
And the
things
hard
like that.
part is when sometimes they're not receptive, even though you're like literally just spelling it out. And then that whole thing about getting angry at you when you're just like, but this is the reason. And then they get angry. Like, that is the most infuriating,
Very much
frustrating,
so.
like disappointing, like heartbreaking emotion where you're just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm really trying to tell you and explain to you, like, this is why it is, and then you're taking it as a personal attack, and it's really disheartening.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, don't get mad at me for reacting this way that I can't control. Or people who just get mad because you're mad. It's like, wait a minute, now I have to apologize to you? Like, that, no, that's not gonna work out.
That's the most immature response ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it sucks dealing with that personality.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, coming back to the question, what we wish men knew about us, it varies so much per person.
But I guess it's
does.
just like trying to understand emotions and how to react to women's emotions could be a starter for a general rule.
Yeah.
Listen. Yeah. I think
Listen.
like just listening.
Exactly. All right. Now, for the last question of the day, a little bit lighter, something a little bit lighter. DC Trays would like to know, would you date younger guys? And what do you think about that?
I don't think I ever
how
can
much
because
younger?
I have
How much
a
younger?
son. It's just weird.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
true.
really weird.
And you had him young, so
Yeah.
it's like that age gap is already not that big.
Yeah, it's only an 18-year age gap.
Yeah. I've only dated younger by like 2 years once, and that was a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a guy that I made the video about. Like, that was never
I
again.
don't know if I've ever dated anyone younger than me.
Yeah, I relate more to like older men. I feel like
Right.
It's
Because
just
guys
like
are
more
so
protective.
immature already.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It
Wasn't
takes a
that like
while.
generally like a commonly known thing that like
Yeah.
guys just take forever to mature, so then women tend to be attracted to older guys
Yeah.
because then they
Yeah.
meet the same maturity level.
Yeah,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah.
Gosh, I feel like I'm just thinking of Jada Smith, you know, like dating a younger guy. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think like for a serious relationship, I mean, he would have to be, because we have friends that, June and Dan, right?
Oh yeah,
He's
really?
like
She
5
is
or
older.
6 years,
Younger.
younger than
Oh,
her.
I didn't know
so
that.
yeah, and they work out really well. So I guess it's
Stacy
super well.
too, right?
Oh yeah, Stacey's boyfriend is younger.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely guys if they're mature enough, then I would totally. I mean,
Yeah,
it's really just
exactly.
about maturity level.
My
honestly.
grandparents, they were best friends. Well, before my grandma died, but they were best friends, and they're 9 years apart, and he was 9 years younger than her.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a huge difference for a guy.
Mhm.
That's okay. So
But they were both older when they met.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, once you're in your 30s, like once you pass 30, 35,
Yeah.
I feel like you're kind of.
So he was like 35, and then she was like 40 something. Yeah.
Okay.
That could
Yeah, there's a huge
probably
difference
work.
between that and like 30 and then 21.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
There's just way too much growth
true.
for all the
Yeah.
way up till
Dude,
30.
even right now, I see these like celebrity guys that are like Shawn Mendes. You know, like he was doing this thing with like Camila, that song that they have together, and like in the music video, and all these girls are like swooning over him and all this, and I'm like, I can't even see him like remotely attractive to me because he's just so much younger, and to me that like eliminates
the
attractiveness.
style of the young boys too, like they,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not attractive, like I guess
Yeah.
because maybe because we're getting older.
Yeah, we're just older, I think.
You want a guy that's like, because we're at that age where we're like, I don't want to give a fuck about looks
Nope.
and image and all that shit anymore. Like,
Nope.
there's a lot of that in your 20s is like, you know, like just
True.
trying to
how do
be
I-
cool.
Yeah, trying to look cool and
Yeah.
stuff. And you're just over it in your 30s.
and there's just so much for them to learn. I don't feel like raising someone. you
Yeah.
know? I mean, it's like our friends or some people you might meet.
There's some
one that's-
unicorn guys
There's
that
a unicorn.
are
Yeah. But I don't want to raise anyone right now. I don't want to teach you how to be considerate or like, hey, you can't do that, you know?
Yeah.
I think I saw this tweet once. It was negated afterwards, but whatever. There's a tweet that says, Jennifer Lopez says that men aren't useful until they're 33 and up. And then another person said, well, yeah, but that bitch collects engagement rings like Thanos, so I don't know if you want to trust that. So,
funny.
you know, like, it's men mature a lot differently.
maybe
and-
35 or 37 would be more like it.
Yeah.
I guess it would depend on maturity level, and the majority of guys that are younger seem to be less mature.
Like if a
so-
25-year-old came up to me, I would probably absolutely never give him a chance.
That happened.
you.
We went out once, like earlier this year before quarantine. We went bar hopping, me and Jess, because we got.
Oh yeah, that
we
one
didn't
young
make
guy
it
hit
into
on
a-
me.
Yeah, and this one young guy really wanted to
He
take
was
her
all
home.
over it.
But he was like 26. He was 26, and Jess was still like, "You're a baby," and I'm like, "He's not that young." Like
She was like, "You should just do it."
he definitely was a little bit more immature, though, for sure. He was like talking about his music producing career, like, you know, just like really fronting hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it.
Can't do it. Now
But
when
also, I was like, but don't you just want to hook up?
I mean, I
think I would do a hookup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't come through though.
Oh wow! He probably couldn't get a ride from his parents.
Yeah.
yeah. But whenever it comes to like a younger guy now, I don't see it as like a. I'm just like, oh, that's really cute.
Yeah.
You're so cute. You know, like
Yeah, it just feels weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just used to like looking up to a man versus I
Yeah.
feel like I would be looking down to a man.
yeah. Because I want to feel like like just
Protected.
small, and protected, and like, what would
Same.
you like for dinner today? And not like
Same.
I'll ask my mom to make us some dinner. I don't want that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like that's
yeah,
a
it's
little
not
bit
impossible, but he'd have to be quite a man.
different. Quite a man.
Quite a man.
There are unicorns out there.
Not a good man.
There are unicorns
There are
out
unicorns.
there. Yeah.
Like your
I
slippers.
keep looking.
Yeah, the slippers.
Unicorn slippers.
I kind of want to ask that to guys too. Like, would you date a significantly older woman?
I think a lot of guys would.
I think they would too.
Yeah, I think they
They don't
like
care.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, guys
They're like, how
kind of
much
don't care.
older?
Yeah.
They're like, is she hot? Sure.
That's
Is she
true.
rich? Like
Yeah.
if she's really old?
yeah, yeah.
They don't care.
Oh yeah, I'll get myself into that will. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
That's
think
all
that's
she
about
wrote,
all we
folks.
needed.
That's all. Yeah.
That's literally
Yeah, well,
what she wrote.
thank you for
Thank
coming to
you.
the bonus episode, the bonus slumber party, the big ass
Hey,
mood.
And
The
I'm ready
big
for the
ass mood.
judgment. You know?
Oh,
Ready?
it's
Poop
coming.
guider over here.
No, you
I'm
had
ready.
to remind them, Tiff. You didn't even
Yeah.
have. They might have forgotten by now.
I did.
Oh, they
It's like,
didn't.
I
You-
forgot.
You
You had to
didn't.
remind
I know you didn't because they
Poop
didn't.
guider, and I need you to
They
judge
didn't
me on it.
Exactly. They didn't forget, so I know you guys didn't forget. So I'm like, hey,
There's probably
you know?
like a.
Do
Someone,
you like front hand or backhand?
Yeah, girl.
I still
Never
have
front.
more. I still have more questions.
I'm down to answer them.
Just, all right. Well,
I feel like there's a porno like that somewhere.
Thanks
What?
for-
Two girls, one cup.
Oh,
like
God.
like a guy watching it. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off now
Yeah,
before we lose
cut
our
it off.
sponsors.
Poop
too.
Throwers 4. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, comment below on the poop catcher.
No, don't comment on that. You know,
Guider.
The guy, poop guider.
you know what's
Her
funny?
Instagram is at real underscore Tiff.
I'm really trying really hard to just be comfortable and okay with it, but inside I'm dying. I'm like, no, you guys are judging me.
Poop guider.
Everyone's got some some weird
I
shit.
still
though.
love
Like,
you.
you're
Wait, who said that they? Wait, you also said you chew on your toenails too, right?
Oh, that was a different. No, I don't currently.
And
What
cut.
the fuck? I don't currently.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We love you. Thanks for asking the questions. We'll be doing this more. So
and
keep
leave
a
Tiff
lookout.
alone. Leave her
Tiff
alone.
Follow us on IG to submit questions.
Yeah, we'll be asking you guys
Big
to ask
mood
us some
girls.
questions sometime. So follow us on Instagram. All of our links are down below. Bye, everybody.
I'm gonna restrict your comments if you come to my IG. I'm restricting your ass.